Up now, we have the Commissioner of Public Works, because Halton Region could reach 1.1 million residents by 2051, and that means a lot of things have to be improved before we get there. Those adaptations and improvements are all part of the region's integrated master plan. Jason Agnew spoke with the Commissioner of Public Works, Leanne Jones, about the master plan and started the conversation asking what the big picture goal is with the long-term infrastructure plan.
Over the last several years, we've been identifying the water, wastewater, and transportation infrastructure that's going to be necessary to support our growth out to 2051.
And, what went into deciding the priorities?
So we set some guiding principles at the beginning, and it's really functioning around resiliency and reliability of our system so that we continue to provide service to our existing residents while supporting the growth in our local municipalities.
Now, you mentioned local municipalities there, and that's kind of where I wanted to take this, actually. We've got Halton Region, but under that, there are 4 municipalities, and it's got to be a challenge to make blanket policies that service all of the regions, because surely something that is of the utmost importance for Oakville may not be that high a priority for Halton Hills or Milton or Burlington, right? So how do you work with the regional structure, even though there are 4 distinct different parts to it?
We operate an integrated system, the water and wastewater systems and the transportation system throughout Halton Region service all 4 local municipalities. And so we work very closely with the local municipalities to collaborate to identify solutions to meet growth in the long term for all 4 local municipalities.
So what do you see the problems being right now if we stay status quo, and what changes are in place to come?
So from a transportation standpoint, with the anticipated growth, the existing regional road network would not have the capacity to handle the additional transportation needs of the residents and also the businesses that we want to support in Halton Region. So the solutions identified through this master plan look at widening some existing corridors, but also optimizing our existing regional road network to support more users traveling throughout the region. From a water and wastewater standpoint, similarly, we need to expand our systems, increase our treatment capacity to meet the needs of the growing population, at the same time as ensure that there are systems in place to manage emergencies and support supply to each community as growth occurs.
So are there plans in place right now to build new stations that will be water treatment plants that are not currently in place over the next 25 years?
No, the integrated master plan looks at expanding our existing treatment systems. So from a water standpoint, that's an expansion at our existing Burloak water treatment plant. From a wastewater standpoint, the Mid-Halton wastewater treatment plant is identified for the most significant expansion. However, there are smaller expansions and upgrades identified for our other wastewater treatment plants in the region.
So you made this plan now, you're looking 25 years down the road, but let's face it, we can put plans in place now. We really don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. So with that in mind, how often is the plan reviewed, and are we open to change on it?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm so glad you asked that. This master plan is fundamentally different than master plans we've done in the past because it recognizes that it needs to be able to adapt to changes in growth forecasts. And so we've set a process in place where we do an annual check and make sure that the plans that we've identified today are still responsive to the growth priorities as identified by our local municipalities. And then that gives us the opportunity to make those adjustments in our infrastructure plans so that the servicing is in place when growth comes to those communities.